Alright guys, welcome to this video. As you can see, we're inside of my n8n platform because I spent my entire day working on this $2,000 project AI agent email manager that I'm building for one of my clients inside of AI Solved, which is my AI automations agency. And I thought I'll make a quick video and kind of walk you through what I'm doing, even though this is not finished yet. The whole idea of this agent is that he's going to have all the tools related to email, and he's going to be able to interact with it through WhatsApp and ask the agent to do certain things, and the agent is going to be able to do them. Now, so far I only connected him with two different tools. One is a vector store tool, and the other one is the send email tool. And I got it to work somewhat. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. So I want to kind of give you a quick test here on video so you can see what is n8n email. So what it's doing right now is retrieving the data from our vector store, which I basically connected this Google document to it. So all the contacts are going to be uploaded on a Google Doc, and then that Google Doc is going to be corresponding with Pinecone. Instead of Pinecone, we're going to have an index and all our data goes there, and it kind of builds a knowledge base with all our contacts, and it organizes that data so our agent can retrieve it very quickly. Now, as you can see right here, it came up with two email addresses that I've added to this Google Doc. And by the way, this is the only real address here. The other ones are just for testing. But as you can see, it came up with my addresses. And what I want to do now is ask it to send me an email and invite me for dinner. Can you email n8n and invite him for dinner tonight? The problem I had with it is that sometimes it does that, and other times it just doesn't do it. So as you can see, previously when I was playing with it about 3 or 4 hours ago, here's the email it sent me from my previous address, but now I'm not sure if it's gonna run. Let's have a look. So it says it seems like there was an issue. I don't know why that is. If you guys have any idea, maybe let me know. But I've tried everything. It might just be like a bug with the n8n platform. But anyways, this is a basic setup of the agent. I'm going to be adding more tools to it, like manage the labels on emails or categorize new emails and whatnot. Now, I want to go ahead and show you. Let's just leave without saving. I want to go ahead and show you the tools as well, and kind of do a deep dive inside of each tool and show you how to set them up. Because the interesting thing with tools when it comes to building AI agents is that you can build it once, and then every single agent you create moving forward, you can equip them with that tool, and just like that, you know. So it's work that you put in once. Even if you want to productize these solutions like I'm doing and sell them again and again and again, you can still do that. Now, the first tool is a Google Doc to Pinecone tool, which I kind of explained how it works, but here it is in the workflow on n8n. The first node is the trigger, of course, and then we have the Google Docs, and you're gonna have to connect your Google Docs API to n8n, which is kind of a headache to set up if you haven't done it before. But here's the documentation from n8n that kind of walks you through it step by step. Basically, what you're going to need to do is come to your Google Cloud Console account. You're going to need to create one if you don't have one already. This is different than your workspace account. Then you're going to need to create a project, name it, and then under that project, you're going to go ahead and create your Google Doc API key, set up your auth token and your consent screen, and then gather your client ID as well as your secret key, and then you should be golden. Then connect it here. The resource is obviously a document, the operation is get, and then the doc ID or the URL, you can find it from the URL of the specific Google Doc you want to use. So you just copy it, or you copy the entire URL, and then shit man, my cologne smells great. And then you paste it here, simplify, and then you're all set. Then here's the Pinecone vector store. You're going to also need to create your Pinecone API key and connect it. That's much easier. Operation mode is insert documents. There are a lot of operations you can run with it. From list, demo index. Make sure you use the index that you've paired your Google Doc with. And then you're going to need to use a namespace that you've used on your Pinecone, which for me is contacts. And that's pretty much it, guys. It's super simple. Then the default data loader, you don't need to change much here. The embeddings, OpenAI, just use the text embedding 3 small because that's one that you're using with Pinecone as well. And then the token splitter, because we're not dealing with a lot of data here, only have like 15 or emails or maybe even less than that, then 500 chunk size is more than enough. It can even be like 300 or 200. That's pretty good. And then the chunk overlap, leave that to 0. Let's go ahead and test it, make sure everything works fine. So as you can see, it gets the data from Google Docs and it puts it inside of my Pinecone vector store. So that's what this does. And every time I upload new data inside of this Google document, it's going to automatically upload it as well on the Pinecone vector store and organize it so my agent can have access to it in real time. Now let's go back, leave without saving. And now I want to show you the send email tool, which apparently has some issues, but I don't really get what it is. The trigger of it is going to be the execute workflow trigger. And the reason we're using this trigger is because, remember, we want our agent to be able to call this tool right here, you see. So whenever you're using this node, you need to use that trigger so your agent can call the tool. And as you can see here, when I click on it, in the description I say, call this tool when you need to send an email. So when the agent inside of the chat decides that you want to send an email based on your input, it's going to go ahead and call that tool. So let's go back so I can show that to you as well. Go to send email tool. And by the way, guys, one thing that I haven't told you yet is that I just created a free school community that you can join. Yes, I've been getting a lot of requests for it for a long time, but I decided to go ahead and do it. It's free. And inside you're going to be getting all my templates of automations on make.com, on n8n, voice agents that I share on YouTube. I'm going to be putting all the templates in there. You get access to a community of like-minded people, access to free courses on how to build your AI automations agency like I'm doing. And you also get live calls with me every single week. Still haven't decided on the time, but if you want to join, you're going to get access to all those goodies. Make sure you click the link in the description. Now, as I was saying, this is the trigger execute workflow trigger. Then we're using an OpenAI message on assistant node or message a model. OpenAI account, again, this is another API integration you're going to need to make. The text, then message a model, GPT-4. And the prompt of it is parse the query and output the parameters separately. And the query is what gets passes through this node by the agent. And as you can see here, it includes all the details that I want to be able to add to the email. Obviously, the subject line, the email address that we want to reach, the message or the content of the message and all that. I added here as text, so it knows which is the query it needs to parse. And then simplify the output and output content in JSON. Guys, for those of you who've been doing this for longer than I have, if you have any idea why the tool works sometimes and sometimes it doesn't work, let me know. It doesn't have to do with my credits on OpenAI because I just bought a bunch, so that shouldn't be the issue. And then the next node is the send email node or send message. I think that's how they call it. Yes, send message. And what you want to do here is obviously connect your account. Resource is message. Operation is sent. They have a lot of different operations that you can add. And then you basically fill in these variables right here with a JSON format from the previous node. So instead of it being fixed, you select an expression and then you will have to run it to get data. So you can then pass the data. It's basically drag and drop. So the send to kind of goes here. The subject goes here. Email type, of course, is text. The message is this one right here. So you drag and drop everything. And then the sender's name is Yanis. If you're not going to be able to see the BCC and CC here, you can add them through the options. And then make sure you turn this off as well, append n8n attribution, because if you don't do that, then in your messages or emails, it's going to say sent by n8n or something like that. And we don't want that. And then the last field of this automation is an edit fields section or node. Node is manual mapping. And basically what this node does is it says our agent that an email was sent successfully. So manual mapping, response, and then the actual value is sent. So you save that. and then you should be good to go. And that's kind of how it works so far, guys. It's not really that complicated for now. I'm going to be adding more tools to it. If you want me to make a more in-depth video or a tutorial on how to build this from scratch, let me know down in the comments. I wasn't even planning to make this video, but then I remembered that I haven't uploaded in like a week almost, so I had to do it. But anyways, if you enjoyed this, make sure you drop me a like, subscribe to the channel, go ahead, join my free school community. I'm gonna leave a link somewhere in the description, and I'll see you in another video, baby.